for your user group, for your audience, there's a lot of Scarlett owners there, right? And the Scarlett, while it's extremely low cost from a cinema camera that shoots 4K, it's shockingly low. Sometimes those users are really stretching every penny they've got to get into that world, right? So we've been working really hard on the whole Scarlett Epic dynamic and Dragon, and we obviously continue to add tremendous value. You don't have to buy a new camera to get into Dragon. We're doing upgrades for a little less than 10 grand, which is pretty amazing to get to a 6K sensor with added dynamic range and lower noise floor. It's just going to be better in every way than the 5K sensor, which is already the world's best sensor. So we had to beat somebody, so we beat ourselves with the new sensor. That's really the only company we could beat, right? But as it relates to the Scarlett customer, if a Scarlett customer has invested somewhere between $12,000 and $15,000 on a Scarlett package, they need to look at, okay, they want to get into Dragon. They want to get to that new sensor. They want to get more dynamic range. And there's two pathways to do that. We've been working and jockeying for a long time with the engineers on, there's such a significant upgrade to the sensor body on a Scarlett to get it into Dragon that for a long time we didn't really even know if we could pull it off. It would might just be it would be cost ineffective, and you would just buy a new camera at that point. But at the end result, we figure we can actually do a Dragon upgrade into a Scarlett body for the same price as the Epic upgrade for 10 grand. But the difference is you're not going to get all the other Epic goodness, all the super high frame rates at the high resolution, and all those other pieces and parts, right? So there's two pathways. You can do the Scarlett upgrade, but I think that the smarter path, although not everyone will agree with me, this is my opinion, is to move from a Scarlett into an Epic for that same $10,000, $9,500 technically. And then when you're ready to move to the 6K, it's another 10 grand to get into the full Dragon 6K. So, you kind of factor the difference in cost between 10 and 20 grand. For some people, that may be a huge, significant amount of money. But for anybody working professionally in this business or producing content that really care about and you want really the best tool for every job, I would probably advise to do your best to sort of land that pathway, because that's really where you're going to get the most bang for the buck, I think. Be interesting to see if people agree or disagree, and on the forum they light up and go, Ted's crazy, he doesn't know what he's talking about, or I think Ted's might be right, so who knows. But that's kind of what I think is pretty valuable. What's really interesting about what's going on behind me, we are actually upgrading Epic cameras here from the 5K sensor to the 6K Dragon sensor right on the show floor at NAB. A lot of people still don't realize we build our Epic cameras and our Scarlett cameras in the United States. So what's the best way to show that we build these in the United States is we brought our manufacturing line to the NAB Show. Epics are being upgraded first. Epic M's and early adopter program that people that bought a Red One before it started shipping are in first upgrade. Check back with me and after NAB dust settles, and we'll be able to give you more info, or it'll get up on Red User and DVX User eventually, and all those components pretty soon after. So that'll be where you get the latest breaking info on timing and stuff.